How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews back with... I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on right now. But I'm excited because no idea makes me excited. This beer comes courtesy of my boy Steven. He sent this off, and it is a 3 Floyds beer, as you can see there from the decorative cap, and it's kind of their calling card. And this is called Secret Savages. Okay, fair enough. It's an American sour ale brewed with watermelon. Okay. Watermelon sour. We've seen those before. Yeah, 10.4%. A 10.4% watermelon sour just sounds like crazy pants talk to me. So I'm going to read what's written on here. And this is hyper fresh. This is bottled like a month ago exactly. And it says here, meet the new kid in Burley Wild. So it's like a sour barley wine. Sour ale program, Secret Savages. This tart and fruity ale harnesses the juicy, powerful watermelons and is conditioned for several months in our collection of wine and spirits barrels. Enjoy with friends and remember, it's not normal. Jesus Christ. Look at that label even. It's not like a little My Little Pony on it. And I'm excited for this beer. This could be the best beer I've ever had. This could be the worst beer I've ever had. Or anything in between. I have no idea. But we're going to drink it. So what I'm guessing here is this is a tart. A tart barley wine with watermelon notes, which just, again, just saying those words is just fucking weird. Label-wise, it's fantastic. Look at that label. Daddy likey. And, yeah, I mean, it looks like a clear, like a light-bodied kind of beer. You know, it has that kind of brownness you'd kind of expect from, like, a barley wine or a bigger beer, but fruited beer, let's put it that way. But when you know the fruit is watermelon, that does not look like watermelon beer. So, what does it look like? I don't know. I'm trying to think of anything in this world. Peach iced tea. There you go. Looks like peach iced tea. That's what it looks like. So, I can smell watermelon from here. Anyway, let's get a nose. What is that? What is going on right now? I have no idea what's going on right now. So I smell watermelon, acid, paint thinner, and malts and caramel. Okay. Okay. Let it breathe a little bit. Breathe. There's a big acetone component, that paint thinner component. I think that's just, it needs to blow off. It actually needs to be decanted or something like that before you drink it, but we're not going to do that. And well, there's a big, huge caramel note to it. That watermelon's definitely there. There's a big barley wine presence here, but there's also a sourness kind of going on in there. It doesn't get nearly as far in the sour realm to become like acidic, like enamel ripping, kind of almost like apple cider vinegar, but it has kind of hints of that floating around it. But that acetone, that big acetone nail polish remover kind of thing, is hard to get past. But I know it's there. I don't think it's really going to adversely affect the beer on the taste. Like I said, it should be something I'd be decanted, but you're not going to do that. I'm interested. Let's just dive in. Cheers. So, like, ooh. So I'm trying to make this. Let's skip that part. I was going to make this sad for a second. I don't need to. I don't know why I was going to say that. So there's this. There's a condition that runs in my family. It's called Barrett's esophagus, and what it is basically, like, you get acid reflux so much that, like, the acid in your stomach is up in your throat so much that it starts to change the stomach lining, or the lining of your esophagus, to stomach lining, and that's not good. And it's like hereditary. Everybody in my family has it. My dad passed away from it. That's the story I was going to tell. I don't need to tell it. And the reason why he passed away is because if you, it can end up becoming cancerous. But if you get it checked, there's like 3 or 4 stages to it. And if you get it checked, get it checked. If it moves from stage 1 to 2, you can always bring it from stage 2 to 1. So you never progresses past that. It has to get to like stage 3 or 4 to become cancer. Anyway, so we all didn't know we had this until my dad got diagnosed with it. And then we all went and got checked. And I have it. So since then I got some like specific exact like heartburn medication, and I've mentioned my lack of heartburn over the past year to help quell that, to help keep that in check, you know. And I have not had heartburn since the day I've taken that medication until the second I sipped that fucking drink. Now it's not a lingering heartburn, but it was like something shot up and I was like, hey buddy. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck is going on right now? So let's put it this way, in well over a year, as someone who has suffered from heartburn his whole life, well over a year, I haven't had it until I sip this. That's going to give you an idea how much what I think about this beer. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. I don't even know what to say about it. I kind of like the fact that they made it, but that's pretty bad. That's one of the worst beers I've ever had in my life. Good God. Wow, that's bad. Okay. No, I was going to apologize for what I'm about to say, but I don't care, because this is exactly what I think about. I'm trying to explain what I'm tasting to you guys. And this is exactly what this beer tastes like to me. So imagine you go to a share, you're late to a share, okay? Or that guy you know is late to a share. The guy who can't handle himself is late to a share. So you guys are, a couple rounds deep. So you start breaking out a little bit of the hefty stuff, and he rolls in. And you just cracked, what did you crack? 2007. 750 JW Lee's Harvest Ale. So he takes a big hefty glass. So you got to catch up. You're late. You're that guy. You're late. So you chug like way too much. You chug like 8 ounces of like a 20-ounce bottle of JW's Harvest Ale. Someone rips open a Cascade Apricot Sour from like 2003. You're like, well, motherfucker, I got to catch up. I should say watermelon Cascade, but I don't think they make one. So we'll go apricot. Apricots, watermelons, whatever. And you drink way too much of that. So you drink another 10 ounces of that. And you just don't handle your liquor all that well. So you puke. That's what this tastes like. Is that mixture with some stomach bile. Sorry, 3 Floyds. I love your beers. But there is this like bile acidity to this thing. So there's a watermelon fruit component. And that's basically what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be funny. There's a barley wine element to it. And there's that rich kind of old, kind of aged barley wine element to it. There. Done and done. There's a watermelon component. This fruited watermelon component to it. Okay, that's there. Those are the 2 beers combination. And there's acidic kind of, I would call kind of stomach bile thing. I think that's a huge ABV, and a beer shouldn't be that big. So it's that big, huge, caustic ABV level in combination with what I think is just a really big wine component, because they talked a mixture of spirit barrel and they talked a mixture of wine barrel, and I think there's a wine component and that comes off as very much like, sometimes for me at least, comes off almost like bile-esque kind of acidity to it. Wines do come off like that for me. So I think that's what that combination is. It's just not good. It's not good. Like, no mas. Like, nothing. Like, I'll keep drinking it for science. And that acetone thing I talked about that wouldn't be there in the taste, there's 1,000,000,000% there. I think that's just a huge ABV in combination with a wine ester, wine taste even. Yeah, it's not good. Not good. I like that 3 Floyds made it, because I like weird kooky cuts at shit. And I was infinitely curious about this beer, whether it would land in something even remotely fun. And it's fun, but fun in a way that, like, you almost died last night kind of fun. Like, you're like, well, woo, last night was fucked up. We should have not done that, but we lived, so we can chuckle about it now. But we shouldn't have done that. Like, that's kind of where that kind of fun. This beer is kind of fun. Good God. 3 Floyds, what are you doing? You're doing you. I applaud you at that. I'll give you a golf clap for that one. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, it's acidic, bio-like acidity, watermelon component backed by like a soft caramel kind of barley wine kind of thing going on. There's a dryness to it, so I assume that's just a big oak tannin going on. It's sweet, but not sweet. It's all over the place. And just that watermelon thing, it's just, I think if you were to strip that watermelon out of this, it might be even a little bit more palatable because it's such a strange flavor component to have in a beer like this. I don't think it would make it a good beer, but it would be less jarring. And just a weird, crazy combination of stuff going on in a way that I just don't like it. So you might like it, but I don't. Anyway, let's talk about it. Is it one of the better sour beers? Barley wines? Fruit wines? Whatever. Is it one of the better beers I've had as of late? No. Value and availability, no idea. I really need to know what you paid for this, Steven. Please let me know and leave you with if you like what we like this. If you like Soul's Floating World, you'll like this. So there you go. Review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Yeah, more than I did. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massif if you want to check me out doing the podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a good beer right now. Not this beer. Hope to see you next time. Cheers.